Military conscription is mandatory enlistment in the armed forces, and it's perhaps more popularly known as the draft. A national service commitment isn't a unique idea. Conscription dates back to antiquity, and today, many European and Asian nations currently employ such policies. Israel and Switzerland are two of the most notable examples. Even Denmark requires 4 months of service from adult men. All three countries mandate by law that youth of a certain age are required to register with the military or with a civil service body for a certain amount of time. Many US veterans have gone on the record to discuss the merits of a year of service. But let's remember that the Pentagon recently reported that only 29% of young people are even eligible for the military. In Switzerland, anyone unfit for service, whether physically or mentally, is exempt, but they must pay an additional income tax until the age of 30. Unless they're affected by a disability. I don't think it'd go over well if the US told 71% of its 20-somethings they owed a hike in their taxes unless they join the military. But conscription remains an idle debate in the United States nonetheless. Former Joint Special Operations Command Chief Stanley McChrystal has stated that all young Americans should serve for a year, and there are many people who agree. The retired general said on multiple occasions that the time is ripe for our country to institute a mandatory year of paid national service for young Americans aged 18 to 28 years old. He argued that a year-long commitment would not only instill the values of accountability and responsibility towards citizenship, but would also develop character and leadership traits. Now, he's not saying that every American needs to serve in the military per se. He argued for an open choice between different service organizations, allowing young Americans to work within their communities. He referenced the infrastructure of AmeriCorps, Youth Build, and the Peace Corps to suggest that our young countrymen and women help perform a variety of tasks, such as tutoring and mentoring students, supporting the elderly, helping communities respond to disasters, and assisting veterans reintegrate to civilian life. By the way, McChrystal isn't alone in mulling over this concept. Vietnam War vet and music legend Chris Christopherson once suggested all politicians serve in the military for a year. Make sure you check out our video about the time he stole a helicopter and landed it on Johnny Cash's lawn. Now, countering that idea, Connor Friedersdorf wrote an op-ed for The Atlantic in 2013 where he suggested that while citizens do have an obligation to give back, a one-size-fits-all program could never be implemented justly. Pro-conscription support is controversial because conscientious objectors might not want to serve in the military or participate in a particular conflict for ideological reasons. The argument could also be made that it violates the rights of the individual. We're a nation based on the merits of freedom, after all. There's also a lingering fear of the draft. The US military has been sustained by volunteers since the post-Vietnam era, but conscription laws do still exist in the event that we do not have enough service members to meet the needs of the Department of Defense. Currently, by law, all male persons must register with the Selective Service System within 30 days of their 18th birthday. This opens up a completely different argument, which is whether the draft should include women, especially after a 2016 vote in the Senate approved a military policy bill that would require women to register. The bill was later restructured to remove this policy, but it became a heated topic for a while. Currently, the National Year of Service topic has yet to be brought up by the White House or Congress, though it still remains a talking point for many. Until then, leadership like McChrystal continues to sponsor efforts to afford both military veterans and civilian volunteers more opportunities to voluntarily serve our country in various organizations. So what do you guys think? Should a year of service, military or otherwise, be required for Americans? Leave a comment, let me know.